The Beloved Buddies event is now upon us, and it's time to get out there and make sure you make the most of this event. This is an event you do not want to sleep on. There is so much Stardust and so much XP, so let's get into it. So the event starts on Tuesday, February 11th and ends Saturday, February 15th at 8 PM local time. So in this time, these will be the bonuses. 2 times catch XP for Pokemon. Lure modules activated during the event will last for 1 hour. 500 additional Stardust catching the following Pokemon: Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Dunsparce, Cutiefly, and Permantis. And during this time, as I mentioned, lure modules will be active for now 1 hour instead of 30 minutes. And on these, the Stardust boosted Pokemon will be on there as well: Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Dunsparce, Cutiefly, and Permantis. Remember, this is 500 additional Stardust for catching these Pokemon, so that will be a total of 600 Stardust when you do catch these Pokemon. The Pokemon debut for this event is Delmise, the Sea Creeper Pokemon, which will make its Pokemon Go debut in Raids. It cannot be shiny, and Delmise is a Ghost and Grass type Pokemon from the Alola region. It is known as a Sea Creeper Pokemon. Delmise is weak to Dark, Fire, Flying, Ghost, and Ice type Pokemon, giving it quite an array of available counters. So Delmise can have the following CP values when caught from a raid. This is what you will be looking out for: 1685 CP for normal weather conditions, and 2107 CP in foggy and sunny conditions. So anyone that's worried, thinking that they cannot solo Delmise, yes, you can. Just make sure you have a Mega Rayquaza in there with you with flying moves, Mega Charizard with fire moves, Mega Blaziken with fire moves, Mega Salamence with Fire Fang and Fly, Shadow Salamence with Fire Fang and Fly, and then we go back to Rayquaza, Heatran, Shadow, Mega Tyranitar, which is also in Raids, but we'll get to that in a second, Shadow Moltres, Reshiram, Mega Gengar, Charizard X, Staraptor Shadow, Yveltal, and Ho-Ho Shadow, and there's a ton more, which I can link in the description. Also remember, Pokestock showcases will be on, so be on the lookout for huge Pokemon, and make sure you do enter them, because you can get a ton of great things from these showcases. Now the wild spawns for this event will be the following: so Nidoran Female, Nidoran Male, Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Dunsparce, Remoraid, Mantine, Plusle, Minion, Volbeat, Illumise, Cutiefly, and Permantis. And depending on where you live, make sure you make the most of Volbeat and Illumise, as these are region lot specific. The following Pokemon will be in raids, and just so you know, in 1-star raids, Skrelp will be shiny boosted. So in 1-star raids, we have Shelder, Dwebble, and the shiny boosted Skrelp. Appearing in 3-star raids will be Slowbro, Hippowdon, and the new Pokemon Delmise. And appearing in 5-star raids will be Enamorus, incarnate form. As Enamorus is the 3rd best fairy type in the game, it's probably good to raid this, as it's going to be very useful and meta relevant going forward. It is 1.6 times a week to Poison, Rock, Steel, Electric, and Ice. And the best counters for it are Duskmane Necrozma, Shadow Metagross, Shadow Dialga, Shadow Raikou, Mega Gengar, Shadow Megazone, Mega Diancie, Mega Manectric, Normal Metagross, Circuitry, Shadow Electivire, Shadow Zapdos, Thundurus, Therian Form, Zekrom, and Shadow Excadrill. And if you're thinking of budget counters, you will use Metagross, but just make sure you have Meteor Mash CM'd onto him, Magnezone, Electivire, Rhyperior, Tyrantrum, Excadrill, Baxcalibur, Galarian Darmanitan, and Toxtricity, both formed. Also appearing in Mega Raids is Mega Tyranitar. Now Mega Tyranitar is one of the best dark types in the game with Bite, Brill Swing, so this is definitely a Pokemon you want to be going for. It is also the number 2 overall rock type attacker in the game with Smackdown and Stone Edge. It is 2.56 times weak to fighting, and it is 1.6 times weak to ground, bug, steel, water, grass, and fairy. So you could probably use an Enamorus to actually fight Mega Tyranitar, and the best counters for taking on Mega Tyranitar are as follows: Mega Lucario, Terrakion, Mega Blaziken, Keldeo, Shadow Conkeldurr, Mega Heracross, Normal Lucario, Shadow Machop, Shadow Hariyama, Mega Gallade, Conkeldurr, Mega Lopunny, Machamp, Marshadow, and Shadow Annihilate. And if you're looking for some budget counters, Lucario, Conkeldurr, Machamp, Hariyama, Howlucha, Breloom, Blaziken, Sirfetch'd, Passimian. But in all honesty, I would probably do a couple of Dynamax raids for Machop, try and get a Machop and go with that, because I think you'd be more safer with that. And there is obviously event themed field research, which is as follows: catch 2 Pokemon for 200 Stardust, win a raid for 1,500 Stardust, and trade a Pokemon for Tandemaus. And if you are looking for your 3 family Tandemauses, there's a perfect time to be pineapping them when you do catch them, because it's going to take a lot of candies to evolve as many as you need to finally get the family 3. And with this event, there is actually going to be a free time research, which we'll get to now. So the Beloved Buddies time research will be called Branching Time Research, which will be available at no cost, and you will be choosing between teaming up with Candela or investigating with Arlo for different rewards. So the first stage will be catch 15 Pokemon for 5 Ultra Balls, spin 5 Pokestops or gyms for a Remoraid, and explore 2 kilometers for a Mantine. And this page's rewards will be 1,000 Stardust and 1,000 XP. And then you get a choice between Candela and Arlo. So if you do go down the Candela route, you will have to earn 10 hearts with your buddy for 500 Stardust, and a candy exploring with your buddy for a Love Disc, make a new friend for 2 Puffins. And for this page's rewards, you can get a Dunsparce, which is shiny boosted, and 2,000 XP. And for the next page, play with your buddy 5 times, you will get 10 Ultra Balls, send 3 gifts to friends for 500 Stardust, and trade a Pokemon for a Shelter, which is also 1,500 Stardust, just so you know. And then for this page, the rewards will be a Rapidash, 3,000 XP, and 2,000 Stardust. And then for the final page, there will be no task, and you will get 2,500 XP and 2,500 Stardust. Now, if you go down the Arlo route, you'll have to catch 15 Pokemon for 500 Stardust, transfer 5 Pokemon for a Cubone, defeat 3 Team Go Rocket Grunts for a Rocket Radar. And for this page, you will get a Shadow Diglett and 2,000 XP. And when the next page comes, you'll have to catch 25 Pokemon for 10 Ultra Balls, transfer 15 Pokemon for 500 Stardust, and defeat Team Go Rocket Leader Arlo for a Slowpoke, which is shiny boosted, and it'll give you 600 Stardust. And for completing this page, you will get a Scizor, which can be shiny and has a Mega as well, so this could be a reason to pick Arlo. 3,000 XP, 2,000 Stardust, and as the Candela route, on the last page there will be no research, but you can claim a reward of 2,500 XP and 2,500 Stardust. Also with this event, there will be collection challenges to get your collector medal up, and the collection challenges are as follows. Collection challenge 1 will be catch a Cutiefly and catch a Permantis for 15 Great Balls and 3,000 Stardust. Collection challenge 2 will be catch a Shelter and catch a Slowpoke for 15 Great Balls and 3,000 Stardust. And collection challenge 3 will be catch a Diglett and catch a Dunsparce, which are both shiny boosted for 15 Great Balls and 3,000 Stardust. And as I mentioned, shiny boosted, you will have an increased chance of encountering the following Pokemon as shinies: shiny Diglett, shiny Dunsparce, and shiny Squirtle during this event. Now just remember, shiny Diglett and shiny Dunsparce are in the wild, whereas shiny Squirtle will be locked to 1-star raids. Now going into a couple of tips for this event. So one of the first things you want to do is maximize the candies for all the Pokemon that you'll be catching, so you can max out any of the Pokemon that you want to, perhaps if you catch a Shundo. So the best way to maximize it on a candy is make sure you have a Mega level 3 Pokemon at hand, and the perfect Pokemon for this event in my opinion will be Mega Kyogre, because it will maximize candies for Water types, Electric types, and Bug types, which are in this event. Tip number 2, make sure you find an area where you can have a few lures, get a few friends together and sit and just have a lure party if you like. And then in this area, you make sure you put your Starpiece on and catch as many Pokemon as you can, because you are going to make some serious gains on your Stardust. And then with events like Bulbasaur coming and then eventually Go Fest, you want to make sure you have enough Stardust for features like Spatial Rend and Roar of Time for these events. Also, one Pokemon I feel no one will really talk about, but I think is essential for this event, is Slowpoke. And the reason why I say this is because it is Stardust boosted with 600 Stardust per catch, but it also is one of the easiest Pokemon to get an excellent on. Now with 2 times catch XP, that is already over 2,000 XP on a Slowpoke. If you have a lucky egg on, that's over 4,000 XP per Slowpoke. Now over the next few days, if you do catch enough Slowpokes, you'll make a ton of XP gains. Next tip I would say is, between Candela and Arlo, it just depends what you're really looking for. Like if you think Puffins are more valuable, I would go with Candela. If you think something like a Rocket Radar is more valuable, I would definitely go with Arlo. Personally, I do like the idea of Scizor being in Arlo's research rewards, because that can be shiny, and possibly getting a Shundo of a shiny Scizor would be amazing. And there we have it guys, instead of watching this, get outside and make sure that you are playing this event, because there is so much Stardust and so much XP that you can really capitalize on and make sure the next few months of your Pokemon Go adventure is amazing. And I'll catch you in the next one.